All right, friends, welcome back to another weekly update. We are here at number 18. Number 18, October 3rd. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Rolling into the weekend. I'm feeling good. A lot of reasons to feel good. I got a great win last night, 49ers. They're my football team, and it was fun to watch them pull one off against the rivals, Los Angeles Rams. Beyond that, we got some rain yesterday. Not a lot, but for California, we don't get much rain in the summer. So here it is, first rain of the year. And this morning's one of those crisp, those beautiful mornings right after a rain when everything's just beautiful and crisp and fresh and cold. And it felt like a little bit of winter. I am super excited for winter. We have so much going on, so much snowboarding planned, and some fun trips that I'm looking forward to. Speaking about trips, we've got a lot of travel coming up, and I want to give you guys some opportunities here to sign up. So first off, we've got October 16th, 2 weeks, just short of 2 weeks. We are hosting a lunch and learn in Denver, Colorado at a company called Designscapes. Really awesome company, great culture, great location, great venue. So if you're in the greater Denver market, heck, if you're anywhere in the United States, you want to fly in for a quick trip, we're going to be hosting this from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm flying in to talk about technology, talk about speed, and specifically how we grew K&D Landscaping from 2021. We were at about 10 million to 2024. We hit 20 million with basically the same employee size. We went from 120 to 130 employees roughly. And through that time, we doubled our revenue leveraging technology. So we're going to I will be unpacking some of those secrets and some of those lessons learned that helped us scale. And honestly, it's all about speed and change and all that stuff. And anyway, I'm going to talk about that. So October 16th, it's a free event thanks to Aspire Software. They're sponsoring and putting this event on. So if you want to register, I'll put the link in the bio. You can also check it out on Instagram or LinkedIn. I've got links there, but would love to see you guys there. October 16th in Denver, Colorado. The week after, the week of Elevate, we're going straight into Elevate, you guys. Who's coming? I am excited. Oh my gosh, it's not Elevate. I got to cut this out. Straight in, the week after, we're going straight into Equip, an amazing event. If you've never been to Equip, it's like Disneyland for landscape contractors. So Equip is going to be kicking off on Tuesday, October 21st, and we're going to do a kickoff party, actually, at Antonio Zeppa's greenhouse. And the kickoff party is going to be one of those events that you're going to be able to network with people that are like-minded. You're going to be with a lot of the enterprise level contractors. So we're going to see a lot of guys in there in the 5, 10, $50 million range come into this event. Big shout out to our sponsors. We've got Kress, we've got Leanscaper, and we have Aspire sponsoring this event. Big shout out to all three of those guys for showing up and making this event possible. So thanks to our sponsors, this event will have amazing food, which will be free, amazing drinks, which will be free, and at an amazing location, which also will be free for all the attendees. So if you want to come, it's going to be 6 p.m. to about 10 or 11 p.m. We usually go a little late on Tuesday, October 21st. It's the first night kicking off Equip, and hopefully see you guys there. The rest of the week at Equip, if you're sticking around, check it out. I'm going to be speaking multiple times. I'm not going to make the announcement yet, but I am speaking at a certain point that I will announce probably next week or the week after, right before. But I do have two that I can announce now. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of landscape management and one of the breakouts, actually two of the breakouts. So on Wednesday, the 22nd and the 23rd, I'll have two talks going on. One will be all about how to, it's similar. It's basically how to grow your company without adding a bunch of people. And second to that, it's going to be all about leveraging labor and leveraging labor efficiency to grow your company. So anyway, that's going on. And finally, November 4th, during the Elevate conference that NALP puts on, I'll be doing a keynote there all about how to create a disruptive company for 2026. That talk is going to be really fun because I've not even explored these principles in public yet. I've done it with my Disruptor Group, and we've done this every single week. Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. or about that time, we meet in the Disruptor peer group, and we talk about disruptive tendencies and characteristics and fundamentals that you need to employ and put in to create a disruptive company. I have taken all those notes and all those lessons and all those learnings all year long. We've done this weekly update since January, or should I say the weekly call. And I've realized some of the things that have worked well and some of the things that were kind of duds. It's not like every week we're going to talk about something super profound and change the world, but some of the weeks we did, and the feedback I've got from the team, from the 60 plus disruptors in the group, has enabled me to understand what things are working and not working in today's world. Look, this is not a talk that I curated 5 years ago when I exited the industry and sold my business and became a consultant. I am not a consultant. I am not a coach. I am a high school dropout turned CEO that is trying to build a multi-billion-dollar company and take it public in the landscape industry. That is what I'm doing, and I'm doing that to raise the bar and bring awareness to the trades. I am learning every single day, and by my lessons and failures, sometimes wins, but more failures than wins, I am creating these talk tracks. I'm creating these presentations. So while the talk at Elevate is going to talk about disruptive tendencies, it's not something that has been created and tested for years. So it's like big asterisks that I talk about when I go on the stage is, look, these concepts are brand new. I'm testing these out today, and I'm sharing these with the audience today because I'm in the ring with you guys. I am in the fight every single day. And, the famous quote, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the nose. I got punched in the nose last week. I can talk about that a little bit in the show today, is like, I had that happen and I had to pivot. So instead of listening to all the gurus and consultants and people who just philosophize about what a business should do and how a business should run, I believe it's better to listen to peers who are in the fight with you. And there's so many out there that I could shout out. Sal Hernandez, big shout out. Scott Lasik, big shout out. Mike Haynes, big shout out. The list goes on and on of these amazing leaders who are also running landscape companies, who are also in the fight. Someone, I'll be on his podcast in a couple weeks, Jeff Harkness. Jeff doesn't run a landscape company, but he's the most active broker in the M&A space in the landscape industry. He is the undisputed leader in the brokerage space of selling landscape companies. Now he is going on stage on a regular basis to talk about what he's learning, not what he's reading about or what he's hearing about. And I think that is just so profound. Like, I have a whole agenda of what I was going to talk about today, and I totally went off tangent. But this is what I think is so important and so key to understand is like, this is what's huge. And another person I want to shout out is Marty Grunder. Marty, I joined his Ace Peer Group back in like 2021, I think, or 2020. I think it was 21, and him and Jim Callai and Jason New and Tommy and Vince Torchia and Meg, so many people. I could go on and on within the McFarland, Stanford, and Grow Group network. And what was so cool about that network, what was so cool about what Marty does today is he's running Grunder Landscape in Ohio. And he's doing these really cool, forward-looking things in technology and customer service. One of the best customer experiences, I think, in the market, what he does there at Grunder. And he is sharing that regularly on stage in the peer group. And that's, I think, what inspired me to start sharing my story is because there's not very many people in California. I don't know of anyone really in the Bay Area, Northern California, other than Lauren McIrvine. There's a few others for sure, but no one like at scale who's out there running a podcast, out there pushing new ideas on a regular basis. So I feel like this is my opportunity to fill that void. And hopefully there's some people out there that I'm impacting in a positive way. And maybe not. Maybe I'm just like rambling into the void. Honestly, podcasts can feel like that sometimes. You're talking into a camera in a studio and you're like, I hope people listen to this. But at the end of the day, if one person listens and that helps improve your life or that improves your mindset in a positive way, like the box is checked for me. So appreciate everybody who does tune in to this. Okay. Well, that was a tangent. All right, coming back. Disruptors. I just want to shout out the Disruptor Group. It has been such a passion project for me, and it's been something that I've been so just honored by, humbled by, and it's just amazing. I mean, we've got, as of this moment, we have 66 members. We got 3 new members, 4 new members in the last week, And, this isn't a free group. It's $300 to join a month, but it's not like $3,000 a month, right? It's not like $5,000 a month. So I tried to make this reasonable. It enables us to throw some pretty cool events. It enables us to bring in some cool sponsors. It enables us to, run the back end of this group, which does require some time and energy. I want to shout out 3 people. You know what? I'm going to shout out 5 people. The 5 30-day leaderboard. So number 1 in first place in our leaderboard is Tiffany Peters. We run a leaderboard in Disruptors. We have Disruptor of the Week that gets a gift card. Basically, if you get Disruptor of the Week more than twice in a month, you're going to get your membership paid for. But Tiffany Peters is number 1. She was just our Disruptor of the Week. She is crushing it. You get points for how active you are. Number 2 is John Hageman. John, got to see you in Leanscaper in Dallas. Great to see you, brother, and thanks for everything you do. Number 3 is Scott Lawn. Scott, I am so impressed with Scott. Scott is as he says, his words, not mine. He's our resident old dude. He comes to the meetings every week. He's been running his business for 30 plus years. He's an incredible leader. The amount of experience and knowledge that we get to hear from Scott is so amazing. And then we get to share with him some of the new technology stuff we're doing, ChatGPT and all this stuff. It's been an amazing back and forth with Scott. Dan Asperger, Dan, he comes from the outside of the industry, blue ribbon. He's crushing it. He's on our leaderboard. He's just such an insightful person with so much wisdom to share. And wrapping up our top 5 is Joe Ifiola. Joe is with Process Smart, also an ex-industry guy. He gets to see a very unique perspective in the industry, given the fact that he focuses on providing back-end support to growing landscape companies. So he's always jumping in, dropping some ideas on how to use Aspire better, how to do this, how to do that. Hey, if anyone has a really good SEO or marketing agency referral, send that to me, will you please? Because there's a few people in our group looking for an SEO agency or an SEO consultant. So if you use one, if you are one, hit me up. Send me an email, justin@jwhitegroup.com. We are looking for a referral there. Better yet, join the Disruptors and drop it in there. Shameless plug. Coming back this week at K&D Landscaping, and this is like, I've got 3 minutes, right, to update you guys because I've been on just a complete tangent this entire episode, and I don't mind. Hopefully you don't either. Planning sessions. That was this week. We did departmental planning sessions for residential design build, commercial construction, and maintenance. Our 3 departments, if you will. Now, what we focused on is getting very clear on who we want to be. What's really interesting is we are 3 companies in one, as I always say, because, excuse me, maintenance is its own thing, right? Maintenance is very focused towards commercial clients, HOAs, large campuses, etc. Design build, high-end luxury homeowners. Design and build, $300,000, $500,000, $1 million contracts is what we're going for. Commercial construction, large-scale commercial construction. I love commercial because for this whole year, we weren't selling much. It was really tight in the market. And then in the last month, I think I've signed like $3 million worth of contracts. It's just crazy how quick it happens. Yesterday, we landed a contract for $1.9 million. Big shout out to Brian on the team and Gray for making that happen. And it's so different. Each division is so different. The sales cycle, the clients, the desires of the client, how they want to be communicated with is different. Email versus text versus messaging. I mean, it's really, really incredible. And what we've done is we found 3 amazing leaders who are leading these companies within companies, and they're leaders of leaders. And it's amazing to see people step up and take ownership and run these amazing divisions. And what we realized this week is we have to be very clear about who the team needs to look like internally and who our client needs to look like externally. And by doing that, what we're realizing is we have to get better at our communication protocols, because while quality can be great and you can have great culture and you can do great branding and all this stuff, what really matters at the end of the day is client experience. That was like I wouldn't call it a breakthrough, but that was like our big revelation. It's like, yes, client experience is what we need to always keep in mind above all else. No matter how we want to design the job, no matter how we want to maintain the property, no matter what we want to do for submittals, we got to follow what the client desires to create an amazing client experience. So with that, we realized number one is speed. Clients want to be responded to immediately. Clients also don't want to have to follow up on anything. So follow through and follow up and being responsive by us, with us as K&D is imperative to our success and imperative to client success and imperative to client experience. So if there's one thing that you're going to do better than anyone else in the market, better than anyone else in the world, one of those things that we're going to focus on is speed. Now, this is assuming that quality is there. This is assuming that you have an amazing culture. This is assuming that all the things that we talk about, like technology and what have you, you are leveraging to the best of your ability. And it doesn't mean those things become less important. It just means that speed and the speed of communication is one of the most important things in 2025 and 2026. That is a little bit of a sneak peek into what I'll be talking about at the Lunch and Learn on October 16th in Denver, Colorado, as we explore this idea of speed. And I show you connections and correlations between companies like FedEx and Amazon and more, that when they unlocked speed as a key core differentiator, they scaled rapidly. And I've got an amazing statistic about FedEx and how they became the first billion-dollar company that grew organically to $1 billion in revenue ever by leveraging speed. So if you guys want to learn about that, tune in October 16th. Come to Denver, Colorado. Come network with some amazing people. Come check out Designscapes. And I hope to see you there. Okay. This was another weekly update, number 18. I had a blast. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. And next week, I will be coming to you live from the studio. But in 2 weeks, I'll be on the road, and I'm looking forward to that. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. I look forward to seeing all of you soon, somewhere along the travels. Keep disrupting, and take care.